In the past 18 months, the world has changed. Companies are spending hundreds of billions of dollars on something most people don't fully understand: artificial intelligence. Countries are racing to build it. Jobs are being transformed. Some say it could cure all disease. Others warn it could reshape society as we know it. I'm Patty, and this is the AI Report, where we cut through the hype and explain what's really happening in AI. Let's start with the race itself. Right now, the world's most powerful artificial intelligence systems are being built by two groups: American tech companies and the Chinese government. In the United States, the leaders are OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, Google with their Gemini system, Anthropic with Claude, and Meta with Llama. Between them, these companies are worth over $2 trillion. OpenAI alone was valued at $157 billion in late 2025. But here's what matters more than their value: what they're building. Each of these systems can now write code, analyze medical scans, generate videos, and carry on conversations that feel remarkably human. We're not talking about simple chatbots anymore. These are systems that can do work, real work that humans used to do. Then there's China. For years, the assumption was that Chinese AI lagged behind the United States, especially after export restrictions cut off China's access to the most advanced computer chips. But in late 2025, a Chinese company called DeepSeek released an AI model that shocked the industry. It performed nearly as well as OpenAI's most advanced system, but it cost a fraction, about 3% of what American companies were spending to build equivalent systems. How did they do it? Efficiency, clever programming, and a willingness to throw massive resources at the problem. China's government sees AI as a strategic priority, like the space race in the 1960s. And they're backing it with everything they have. So what does everything they have actually mean? In 2025, American tech companies announced over $200 billion in AI infrastructure spending. Microsoft is building data centers the size of small towns. Google, Amazon, and Meta are right behind them. This isn't research and development tucked away in a lab. This is construction, massive facilities full of computer chips, cooling systems, and power supplies. These companies are building the physical infrastructure for AI at a scale never seen before, and it's creating shortages. The chips that power AI, made primarily by a company called NVIDIA, are in such high demand that they're selling for $30,000 to $40,000 each. Companies are buying them by the hundreds of thousands. This is the AI race, a competition for computing power, energy, and talent, and it's happening right now. To understand where AI is heading, you need to understand what it runs on. And that takes us to the middle of America. In Texas, Iowa, Ohio, and Virginia, massive data centers are being constructed. Each one is the size of 20 football fields or more. They're filled with rows and rows of computer servers, running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Why these locations? 3 reasons: land, power, and cooling. You need massive amounts of all 3. Let me give you a sense of scale. A single large data center can consume as much electricity as 100,000 homes, and these companies are building dozens of them. This has created what some are calling an energy crisis for AI. Where do you get that much power? Microsoft restarted 3 Mile Island. Yes, the nuclear plant from the 1979 accident. It's been offline for years, but Microsoft needs the power, so they're bringing it back online specifically to run AI systems. Google is buying entire solar farms. Amazon is building data centers right next to power plants in Virginia, and all of this is happening faster than the energy grid can adapt. Natural gas plants are being built, nuclear reactors are being restarted, renewable energy projects are being fast-tracked, and still the demand is outpacing supply. Then there's the chip problem. AI runs on specialized processors called GPUs, graphics processing units, originally designed for video games, now repurposed for artificial intelligence. One company, NVIDIA, makes most of them. They have something close to a monopoly, and that's given them enormous power. In 2025, NVIDIA became one of the most valuable companies in the world, worth over $3 trillion at its peak. But here's where geopolitics enters the picture. The United States has placed export restrictions on NVIDIA's most advanced chips, preventing them from being sold to China. The goal? Slow down China's AI development. China's response? Build their own chips. It's not easy. Chip manufacturing is one of the most complex industrial processes in the world, but they're trying, and they're making progress. So this infrastructure war isn't just about who builds the most data centers. It's about who controls the supply chain for the technology itself. Chips have been called the oil of the AI era, and that comparison is more accurate than you might think. Now let's talk about what this means for jobs. Your job. For years, people assumed robots would take factory jobs, blue-collar work. White-collar work felt safe. That assumption just changed. AI can now do cognitive work. It can write legal documents, analyze financial statements, read medical scans, draft reports, answer customer questions. And it's getting better every month. Studies estimate that about 1/3 of work tasks in the U.S. economy could be automated by AI within the next 5 to 10 years. Not 1/3 of jobs disappearing, but 1/3 of the tasks that make up jobs. What does that mean for you? It depends. If AI makes you more productive, if it handles routine tasks while you focus on strategy, creativity, and judgment, your job might get better. You might work fewer hours or accomplish more in the same time. But if your job consists mostly of tasks AI can do, the economics get uncomfortable. Companies will ask, why employ 10 people when AI can do the same work with 3? This isn't science fiction. It's already happening. Customer service roles are being automated. Data entry jobs are disappearing. Some legal and accounting work is moving to AI systems. The question isn't whether this will happen. It's how fast and whether we're ready. Which brings us to a topic that sounded